Hi, this is Mato. In this video, I will show you the game between Elmar Magerramov and Garry Kasparov. Game was played in Baku in 1979. And where is Baku? Baku is the capital city of Azerbaijan. Kasparov was born in Baku. And who is Elmar Magerramov? Elmar Magerramov is international grandmaster. He became the first chess grandmaster in the history of Azerbaijan. Elmar is a chess coach too. Ready for this? Remember World Chess Championship Karpov-Kasparov in 1984. In 1984, during World Chess Championship, Elmar Magerramov coached Garry Kasparov. Let's have a look at the game. Magerramov had white pieces and he started with d4. Kasparov played knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to f3, and c5. How should white continue? d5 is quite often played move. But then black can capture the pawn, and after pawn takes pawn, d6 could be played. Also after d5, black can play b5, Blumfeld counter gambit. Elmar didn't want to find out what Kasparov had prepared for d5. So he played g3. He wants to play Catalan opening. Pawn takes pawn. Knight takes on d4. d5. Bishop to g2. It is black to move. What would you play in this position if you had black pieces? Well, moves like bishop to e7 or maybe bishop to b4 comes to mind. And then black would castle. But Kasparov pushed the same pawn again to e5, attacking knight. And that is the best move. Knight to f3 was played. And among other options, black has d4 or e4. d4 is quite a good move. And then white would probably castle kingside. Can white win pawn on e5? What is protecting the pawn? Pawn was protected by a tactic called a fork. This is check. Forking king and knight. After bishop to d2, queen takes knight. In the game, Kasparov played e4, attacking knight. Knight to d4. Pawn takes pawn. Kasparov is temporarily a pawn up. Knight to c3. Bishop to c5, attacking knight. Queen to a4 check. Bishop to d7. Queen takes pawn on c4. Bishop is under attack. Queen to b6. Pressure is on the knight on d4. Knight to a4 comes to mind. But this is nothing special, because after bishop to b4, maybe white would play king to f1. Unless he wants to play knight to c3. Position of the bishop is improved now. And after knight to a6, rook is coming to c8 to attack the queen. So knight to a4 is nothing special. Bishop to e3 was played. Knight to c6. And now knight to c6 could be played, for example, but then bishop takes bishop, and after knight takes on e4, bishop takes on f2, knight takes bishop, and now rook to c8. After knight to e4, rook takes on c6, knight takes knight, and rook takes knight. This was another way to continue for white. In the game, we have a knight to c2. Just take it back. Still this move comes to mind, the knight to a4. But then check. And after king to f1, queen to a5 would be played. Okay. In the game we have knight to c2. It makes sense because white wants to recapture on e3 with knight. But in this position, Kasparov played a move, and in shock, Elmar Magerramov resigned. What is the move? Have a good look. What would you play in this position if you had black pieces? Kasparov played knight to a5. White resigned. Have a good look. Queen has nowhere to go. Possible continuation was knight from e to d5. Then knight takes queen. Knight takes queen on b6. Knight takes knight on b6. And Kasparov is a piece up. That's why in this position white resigned. Nicely played by 16 years old Kasparov. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.